Before I cover the single paradiddle, I want to talk about the sticks, and specifically the beads of the stick. Depending on what kind of music you're playing, on what kind of drum you're playing on, and your technique, you want to know what kind of bead and what kind of stick to use. I have here the MS2, Vic Firth MS2, with an oval bead. With this stick, this works well with my technique because I play with some larger strokes, and I'm using a big drum. With this stick, I'm going to get lower partials out of the drum because it's covering more surface. This is the Tom Hannum piccolo tip. This is a perfect stick for indoor drumming. If you have a smaller drum and it's tuned really high, you're going to get higher partials from the drum. Even on this drum, you can hear the difference. This is going to sound bigger and fatter and fuller. This stick is going to sound a little thinner, a little more articulate. So you really want to know what kind of sticks or what kind of beads to use. I have students come up to me all the time and say, Dr. Wooten, how do you play single paradiddles fast? I want to play single paradiddles real fast. And this is what I tell them right here. Let me show you how to play really fast single paradiddles. And of course they'll say, that's not fast. And I'll say, it's the same technique. You first have to learn how to play it slow correctly before you play it fast. So when you break down all of these rudiments, make sure you're using the same technique at the slow tempos that you would at the fast tempos. Let me start playing a fast paradiddle and I'm going to slow it down. The only thing that's going to change are my stick heights. Because of the slower tempos, I have more time, so I'm going to use more space. So I'm going to start fast, and I'm going to slow it down rather quickly. Okay, so the single paradiddle is a controlled stroke, an upstroke, and then two taps. And then we'll repeat the same thing with the left hand. Controlled stroke, upstroke, and two taps. It's that upstroke that you really have to work on. That's going to give you the speed. All right? So now I'm going to demonstrate the single paradiddle, slow to fast to slow. All right, that is a single paradiddle in its most basic form, single paradiddle. But try to be creative and use it in different situations. Change the sticking, put the accent somewhere else. In my book, Dr. Throwdown's Rudimental Remedies, there's all kinds of exercises that takes the paradiddle and uses it in different time signatures, different situations, different stickings. Of course, it's no longer a paradiddle. But the rudiments are where we start, not where we end. Okay, so try using it in different stickings, like moving the diddle to right after the accent. So that sticking I use much more often, especially on drum set. Start with a paradiddle, but change it up. Be creative. Move the accent around, move the diddles around, add notes, take away notes, but that's where we start. The important thing to remember is start slow and work on the technique. Get the technique down. Don't try to play it too fast, too soon, and practice bad habits. Those are going to be hard to break later on.